guess I kind of went over that. My spiritual belief. The belief that God is a core, loving energy that expresses through us allows for a beautiful experience of life to be had. Yeah. So I can't knock people for believing in God either, because, it does create, you think of God and like you really try and like contemplate God and you think of amazing, incredible, wonderful things. Well, it depends how you look at him. Could also be a very evil dude. But generally, it's very uplifting. And then you feel that way. And the next thing you know, you just see rainbows everywhere you go. So I get that. My issue is that I know it is a belief. It's a thought, basically. And our thought's real. I don't know. Like, that's my beef. Not to say it's wrong at all. I'm just saying, like, I know it's just a belief, which allows for a placeboic, I don't know if that's right, placebo, kind of like a placebo effect. That's basically what it is. A placeboic experience that strengthens in belief because it's mind. The mind creates the reality. Well, the mind creates the emotion, which feeds back into the thoughts, which it tunes you into what you're looking for. You notice, it's like when you play a game of yellow car, all of a sudden you see yellow cars everywhere, but you didn't notice them before. What you think about is what you see, because it's mind. Yeah. You can also believe life is demonic and you will experience it as that, because law of attraction. You tune in. Like, it can be demonic. There's a lot of people who see the world as a very, very dark place, and there's a guy who sits right next to him who thinks life is amazing. How? This thing, bruh, this thing inside here, this thing implanted in the skull, which is surrounded by muscle and skin and hair and friggin' all sorts of weird stuff. But yeah, law of attraction, essentially. And I kind of went over this before. I don't see it as not a magnetic type of energy field. Well, maybe it is, could be, but I don't think it's like that. It's hard to believe that because you don't see it, but. Don't always trust the senses, I suppose. But rather, it is a mind on alert to find things that confirm its belief and discards the rest. That's cognitive dissonance. So it's the mind, like, okay, you're like, oh, trees. And then the mind goes, okay, look for trees, look for trees, look for trees, there's a tree. Look for trees, look for trees, there's a tree. Look for trees, look for trees, there's a tree. Like a dog, looking for squirrels. Squirrel! Squirrel, yeah. So it's hard to believe. It's weird, because if I believe in something, it does become true in a weird way. But I also know that underneath that, it's only an idea and a belief. So is it true? It's literally a case of you create your own reality, which is what spirituality talks about constantly. But the danger I found with that is that spirituality, people haven't spent enough time understanding spirituality to talk about it, because they do like a few months of like looking into spirituality, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, rainbows and light, I've got to share this with the world, everybody listen to me, but they haven't seen the whole picture. It's not just that, bruh. Everything exists in relation to its opposite. The Prince of Light is but the other face of the Prince of Darkness. Something like that. I butchered that. That's a Ram Dass quote, which he quoted from someone else. But yeah, like, you gotta have heads and you've gotta have tails. You can't be heads, beautiful heads, and then forget that, oh, there's some smelly ass tails as well. You've gotta have both. They both exist. But it doesn't have to be, oh, gruesome dark and oh, beautiful light. It can be just butts and heads and butts, whatever, There doesn't have to be all this craziness. You can put it in. I could make butts amazing. Butts, bro. Oh my God. Look at that butt. Oh my God. Look at that butt. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Or you can look at heads as a bad thing. In your head, zombie, zombie. You know, it's how you choose to see every particular thing, but you've got to allow yourself in. If anything, you need to go into the dark things. You need to experience the hate and darkness side of yourself, because for some reason you've chose to see that box, that corner of yourself, as dark and hateful. But then you shine the light on it and you realize, oh, it's actually not all that hateful and dark. It can be if I look at it in the way that I was looking at it. But now if I look at it with new eyes, or a new perspective, in other words, it's just as bright and colorful as where I was before. So the essence of spirituality at its core, well, I'm saying that like I know. I don't know. But in my understanding of it, and that's all anyone has, is their own understanding of a particular thing. No one can truly understand what spirituality is, because everyone has their blinders on. Everyone has their own veil. They see it in their own way. And then sometimes they talk to people and be like, oh, yeah, that's similar to how I think about it. Yeah, that must be how it is. It's not. It's just an idea. It's a thought. It's a veil. But yeah, the essence, I think, anyway, of what spirituality is talking about is bringing the darkness into light and allowing each corner, each deep, dark corner of yourself to come out, because those dark corners have something to offer, but they haven't been able to help you because you've tormented them and said, you're awful, you're terrible, you're such a bad person, stop thinking in that way, you shouldn't be that person. Why? You're literally condemning these sides of yourself only because they look a bit dark. The only reason they're dark is because you haven't given them any light. It's your fault. It's your own fault. Take care of yourself. If you take care of yourself, then amazing things happen. It's not about being perfect. Like, it's not about just using these 3 boxes because you like them because they're very colorful. It's about taking every single box that's in you and bringing it to the surface and becoming whole, not perfect. You don't even know what perfect is. You have no idea what perfect is. You think you know what it is. You have an idea of what perfect is, but that's just an idea. It's a thought. A thought. So chill out, man. Take it easy. And shine your lights inside yourself. Sometimes you want a bit of darkness as well. It's a bit difficult to sleep with the light on, isn't it not? Isn't it not? You gotta sleep, bro. You gotta do your sleeping. So turn the light off every now and again. It's okay. It's just a bit of dark, you know. I used to watch a lot of horror movies with my friends when I was younger, and it went from they're terrifying to they're absolutely hilarious. The moment you start laughing in a horror movie, the whole game is ruined. It's changed even, not even ruined, but it just becomes ridiculously funny. The moment you start laughing. I don't really have nightmares anymore. I have weird dreams sometimes, like stuff that people would consider very traumatic or terrifying, but I don't really have nightmares. They're just dreams. I don't have nightmares. And that's not me being like, try my ass, I'm brave. Oh yeah. Like, it's not. I just don't. Like, there are things that would scare me for sure. If I was in real life, I don't know, if I fell off a cliff, I'd probably be like, no. Or if I saw a snake, I'd be like, oh, get the thing out of here. You know what I mean? But I don't have nightmares because, like, I don't, like, you know, I can be in a room full of zombies and I'll probably run away because, like, that's the smart thing to do. You don't want to chill around with zombies about, but it's not nightmares. It's just like, oh, that's weird. Let's get out of here. But then the real sense of growth is when you can go to a zombie and be like, okay, man, you know what? I think you need a makeover. Let's do it. Let's queer eye this mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's change your view on it, bro. Change your view. Face those fears and turn them into your friends. Turn your fears into your friends. Turn your fears into your friends. Turn your fears into your friends. I like that a lot. Turn your fears into your friends. Turn your fears into your friends. Turn them into your